Wow.
Today we're exploring the local area of Kostanji, which is the random location we picked on a map here in Croatia.
Probably looks like we just got here to you, but we've actually been here for about 4 or 5 days now. We booked a whole week in this apartment because it was so nice and so cheap, and we just thought it was the perfect setting to get some work done. So for those of you who don't follow our Instagram, let us catch you up on what we've been doing the last few days.
We've spent most of the time sat in front of our laptops getting plenty of work done.
And we've been sat in the lovely garden playing with the cat that seems to come with this apartment.
We've also been going for walks around the village and getting to know some of the locals that live here.
And we had a really great local experience the other night. The person who is staying in the apartment above us, a huge Croatian family, 3 generations, none of them speak a word of English, and the grandparents have been really sweet to us while we've been here, always offering us biscuits and tea. And the other night they invited us to have dinner with them. They cooked a load of meat on a huge open fire, and we had a great experience trying to communicate. And we even watched the whole family try and pull sea urchin kind of pricks out of this woman's foot while she was screaming in pain.
Such a bizarre experience.
It was very weird, yeah, but it was really fun.
We were supposed to be exploring the area today on bikes, but unfortunately that fell through, so we're going on foot. There is a ruined monastery not too far from here with a lake nearby which looks absolutely stunning. We're also hoping to show you a beautiful sunset later on.
We've really been enjoying the sunsets here because it's so rural. You get a really great skyline at sunset. But before we do that, we're going to head to the local shop to pick up some food for lunch, and I guess we'll show you around the village while we do that.
Ready?
Yep.
Cool. We had to borrow a table to film that intro, and now I need to put it back. Yeah, remember how heavy it is.
You had to move it like 2 feet. You're complaining.
It's really heavy.
Why didn't I help you?
Who's going to film?
The cat.
It's a good idea.
Cat? We got told off for filming in the shop last time, so we're not about to do it again. See you in a minute. Now we've got some food, it's off to the monastery. Which way? I don't have any signal here. Apparently it's about a 45-minute walk to the monastery, straight down this road. We're probably going to have to eat our lunch on the way so that the cheese doesn't turn into a melted puddle. One of the things we've noticed while staying in this village is how many abandoned houses there are. It's probably due to the fact that Croatia is one of the few countries in the world with a declining population. It's quite weird to see because in the UK we literally have the opposite problem. Too many people and not enough houses.
We made the mistake of picking the hottest day that we've had so far in Croatia to walk to this monastery. It's currently 37-ish degrees.
No, it isn't.
It is.
It's not 37 degrees.
It very much is.
Oh my god, why are we doing this?
I don't know.
We got our tickets for the monastery. Actually, we had to buy tickets for this whole section of Krka National Park, which is where the monastery is located, even though unfortunately we can't get to the other sites because we don't have the bikes. Now we've just got a short 1 kilometre walk downhill, and then we're actually gonna stop and have some lunch.
There's some very convenient picnic benches. Do you reckon they were put here for us? The table is really hot. Whew. Yeah, that's better. Whew. didn't realise how secluded the monastery was going to be. It feels like we're the only people here. It's so pretty.
It turns out that a guided tour was included in the entrance fee, and we quickly found ourselves being shown round Krka Monastery. Which is the most sacred part of the monastery. As this is an Orthodox church, it's full of absolutely beautiful Christian artwork depicting Christ, the saints and Mary, Mother of Jesus. At the front of the church are also 4 saints. In churches in the kind of the Mediterranean area, you go from left to right facing them. So left will be the saint whose name is the namesake of the church. This is St. Michael's Church. And then next you have Mary, Mother of Jesus, the Madonna. She's always pictured carrying Christ. And then on the other side of the door, you always have a depiction of Christ himself. And then on the far side, on the right, you have John the Baptist, but that can change depending on the church. Apparently, if you were in somewhere like Serbia or Russia, Orthodox churches go the other way, so start with the namesake, that side. These depictions of the saints are actually beautifully painted and then laid with silver because people will touch them and kiss them as part of their faith, so they need to protect the pictures. And those paintings are over 400 years old. But the ones you see on the walls, they're much younger, as you could probably tell by the much more vivid colours. They were painted in 2010. Now we're going into the catacombs. Don't know how much we'll be able to film because it's probably quite dark, but we'll see what we can do.
The catacombs had been used as a burial ground since Roman times. There are also some ancient images of fish, the earliest symbol of Christianity, scratched into the rock. The next thing we're going to do is take a walk down to the lake that the monastery overlooks. We saw it earlier from the top of the gorge and it looks stunning.
Great time chilling out by the lake, but it's going to take us an hour to get back from here, and we want to get back and have some food before we show you that epic sunset we promised. I hope it is epic, otherwise it's going to be a total letdown, but it has been the last few nights, so fingers crossed. While we're walking up this steep hill, I have something to say. It's really hard getting around Croatia just using public transport. If you want to travel outside of like the main few cities that people go to, like Dubrovnik, Split, etc. Because these rural areas have literally no public transport links. That's why we had to drive. I wish. That's why we had to walk 10k from the nearest bus stop to get here. Neither of us can drive legally. I can drive a motorbike, but that's about it.
I can barely ride a push bike. I can barely walk without falling over. As we're leaving the monastery, we've noticed there's a lot more cars heading there than there was earlier. Probably due to the fact that the people that you have to pay to get in have all gone home, so you actually get in for free after 6 o'clock. The thing is, if you go there without paying, there's nobody there to give you a guided tour. And when we were there, the person who gave us a tour had loads of information to tell us. So it depends which way you want to go. You either get in for free or you get a lot more information.
There's a tortoise crossing the road, like a wild tortoise. So cool. Wow, look at it. There you go, little fella. I've never seen a wild tortoise before. It's so cool. Well, we spent so long helping a tortoise cross the road that we don't have time to go for food before the sunset now. But we do have a little bit of time. So we're going to pop back into our place and charge our camera, and I'm going to change my staying top before we get the sunset. So we've got a partially charged camera and I've got a new top, and we're just in time for the sunset.
Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure that the footage I got of the sunset was quite as good as it could have been.
It was a really cloudy night this evening compared to the last few nights where the sunset's been literally blood orange. It was more kind of a hazy, pinky orange, but it was still really pretty, and I think you got some good shots.
Oh, thanks.
Now, we googled restaurants here when we were in the apartment earlier. Probably should have done it beforehand, but anyway, we realised that there are no restaurants within walking distance, so it looks like we're just going to have to head to the local shop and get something to cook in our kitchen like we've been doing all week. Since that's not very exciting, we're going to end the vlog here, and we'll see you tomorrow when where are we going tomorrow? Split. We're going to Split. Luckily we don't have to do that 10k walk with our bags again because we're getting a lift from the owner of the apartment. So we'll see you for a nice drive.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Please subscribe.
Please.
Subscribe.
Please.
I feel like an air hostess.
What are you doing?
Being an air hostess. The exits are here, here, and here.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for flying. Have you had a good trip? Good night. Thank you. Goodbye.